Happy Valentine's month, everybody. I'm the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to share with you some of my favorite Valentine's Day episodes from TV shows or even movies. Not everything is all lovey-dovey. Sometimes Valentine's Days deal with heartache and everything. So, some episodes will be romantic and lovey-dovey, while others will be very sad and heart-wrenching and stuff. But love is love. It doesn't always come with smiles and giggles and glee. So I'm here today to talk to you about Free Rein Season 2, Episode 9, Road Trip. So since the actual Valentine's special that came after the second season was a very weird episode that made absolutely no sense, especially in the terms of a Valentine's Day special, I decided to skip reviewing that one and actually reviewed Road Trip instead. Why? Because this episode is so much better in terms of lovey-doveyness and stuff like that. Now, I know there's another episode where they're all dressed up and he's supposed to meet her when Penn becomes something very special. I cannot remember that episode. And since I haven't rewatched this entire season yet, because it's been a long time since I rewatched this thing, I actually forgot some of the things that actually happened prior to this when I rewatched it just today. And so, one day I do plan on rewatching the entire season when I get all of my holiday stuff out the way. And since I finally now got rid of HBO Max, but it was a little too late, so I still got charged, but thank God coming next month I'll be done with it, and then I can re-get Apple Plus so I can finish the whole Dickinson show. And then I'm contemplating about the whole HBO getting Paramount Plus again. I don't know. Picard comes out next month and everything's just coming out now. Anyways, this episode. So, this episode is really cool. Basically what happened in the prior episode. So this entire season, they're going up against a rival, riding school. And this is where we meet Gabby and stuff in this season. And so this school, they just hate each other, right? They're trying to one up each other. Mia is actually starting to get along with the rest of everybody else because she's trying to beat this school, but Mia's still Mia, so you know what I'm saying? And so, it's nationals, and both schools are supposed to compete. However, Penn, for some reason, does not want to go. And Zoe has no idea why. Everybody's ready to hop on the ferry, but he is nowhere to be found. So, she goes out to his place, and she is trying to convince him to go. He doesn't want to. He's painting the house. She finds out what's bugging him. His mom has left without telling him and stuff. I forgot this season. I forgot his mom even shows up. When I say I forgot this, because I've only watched this entire series in one viewing. So, not like I watch things multiple times. This is why things need to be out on DVD. Because I get tired of constantly buying these streaming apps and crap. I'd rather just buy it one time and then I can rewatch it however many times I feel like it. But no, they don't want to do the DVD thing anymore, and that really bugs me. So she keeps talking about how you're not a quitter and all this and other stuff, and and you shouldn't do that. So she's all if you're not going, I'm not going. Now these two haven't started dating yet. They're still doing the will they won't they be thing. And so he tells her you have to go, because if you don't compete, you don't win, you lose Raven. I guess Raven's up for sale or something like that. Like I said, it's been a long time. So he does eventually go. But it's too late. They missed the ferry. Well, here comes Grandpa. Grandpa, his new girlfriend, and Rosie and Ben. Ben is Becky's brother or cousin. I can't remember which one. And so, Zoe's mom contacted the grandpa, telling him, she might miss the ferry and stuff. So they head out. But then they hit a snag. What's that snag? They run out of gas. And so like they are like thinking, what are we gonna do and all this other stuff. So anyway, on a little side B plot, Rosie and Ben is trying to unlock this puzzle box. It's supposed to hold the key to keeping like the race barn farm thing, whatever you call it. Anyway, their storyline ain't all that important. So it has a code to it, right? And it's a 6-digit thing, but there are at least a million different combinations that they can like, crack it open. And so like the whole will they won't they thing between like Zoe and Penn, that's been going on since season 1, especially when the whole Marcus thing kind of came in as like uh, a monkey throwing a wrench in, what's that phrase called? A monkey wrench or something like that? Something. Oh, I used to know this phrase. Something about throwing something in a monkey. Crap. I don't know. Anyways, it becomes a third wheel with a whole like love triangle type thing. But eventually, like, Marcus backed off and started doing the whole Mia thing. Now, so like they're wondering how are they gonna get gas? Because they barely have any money on them. Well, Grandpa's girlfriend, I think her name is Wilma or something like that. She has a interesting idea. So they see that there's a fair um nearby and they go to it. The fortune teller lady is out for lunch for a whole hour. So grandma is gonna pretend, not grandma, uh, grandpa's girlfriend is gonna pretend to be the fortune teller and get some money that way. And so during this time, as Rosie and Ben are trying to, my bad, I'm so tired. It's so late. Oh, I'm so tired. So they're trying to still crack that thing open, but Zoe and Penn have decided, let's take a romantic trip. Penn decided, like, hey, what's more romantic than like a fun house horror house? Yeah, like a horror house is really supposed to be romantic. So they go in there, it's dark, they're in a little gondola type thing on the little cart ride, and they talk more about like, their feelings and how they feel about one another, and they're just about to kiss until like one of the things scares them. Well, Grandpa is very distraught. Why? Because he can't stop thinking about his former wife, Zoe and them grandmother. Rosie tells him that even though she never met like her grandmother, she know that she must have loved him to death, and everybody knows how crazy he is about the other lady and his new girlfriend. So at some point, Rosie calls Zoe while she's in the little horror house thing, talking about grandpa's gonna do something crazy. You have to get out here right now, right? And so like he's on one knee proposing to the lady with a piece of candy because he doesn't have a ring right now. And so she says yes. So Zoe and I'm about to get a new grandmother. However, I don't remember seeing her in the third season, like at all. And I don't remember seeing her in the Christmas or the Valentine's Day special. So she might have gotten written off, but I'm not 100% sure about that. But I don't remember seeing her in the third season. But then again, I only watched the third season like a couple of months ago. So, no, last year. So I only like saw it once, so I don't really remember. I just remember Wild Horses and her cousin who's always like, man, I can't do nothing right and stuff and all this other stuff. So after like, she says yes and everything, the fortune teller lady comes back. So they hightail it on out of there because they got enough money now to get gas. So they drive, but then another obstacle comes in their path. A giant tree fell down on the road. So Penn's all like, it's only like 3 miles there. We can run. So him and Zoe, they run 3 miles and they make it just in time to like, as everybody's getting ready for finals. How they was able to run 3 miles without being exhausted is beyond me. But they are in better shape than I am and younger than I am, so you never know. And so, like, as they're there, everybody's now excited. Mia is excited finally to see Zoe and everything because they know with Zoe they have a chance of winning. Um, let's see, Becky has a scene with Alec. And so they've been doing the whole real day won't they thing. I can let you know right now in that Valentine's Day special, they finally become boyfriend and girlfriend. However, what's really weird about them is that in the third season, he's barely in the show in the third season. Also, they never kiss. He tried to kiss her in the Valentine's Day special, but she wouldn't let him for some bizarre reason. Talking about she has candy in the mouth. Then in the third season, they never kiss on the lips. He might give her like a peck on the cheek, but that's about it. So it's starting to make me wonder who exactly, like which one of them didn't want to kiss the other. Cause it had to be a reason. Why I say that? Because this show isn't shy away from kissing. So I'm thinking it had to be one of like the stars who just didn't want to do it for whatever reason. And so Penn and like Zoe, they talk some more. And finally, after 2 seasons, because there's only one episode left in this season, they kiss on the lips. And it's passionate and everything. Now they are an item. A very rocky item in the third season and stuff at times where it's kind of them two, like I swear when it comes to them two. But yeah, so it's kind of like, it isn't like the most romantic type thing, but at least those two finally got to talk. And it's kind of like with Zoe, she is the go-getter, when she wants something, she gets it. And she wanted him, like she just wanted him to compete so that he can prove something to himself. And, and of course, as a huge reward, they are now finally an item. So she finally got the dude she's been wanting for 2 seasons and everything. But Penn is such like a loner type, like, oh, like, I'm just a stable boy, I'm poor, and I gotta help my dad out, and I don't have time for this and that, and what if you don't like me type of person. But then, like I said before, something interesting does happen to him that he becomes and stuff. Well, of course, later on in like the next season and stuff like that. It might actually happen at the end of the 10th episode. I'm not sure, but I know for sure it happened sometime around the 10th episode to next season. He becomes something huge. Really, 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 really huge. Now, wasn't that romantic? Or depressing, depending on what kind of video I just talked about. Okay, well, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. And bye.